Coming to you from that once-forgotten artery that pulses through the center of the continental United States and into the heart of the Ozarks, Grace Matthews. Looking in from the northern border, our Canadian friend, along with his countrymen feeling the effects of U.S. political issues, Connor Murphy.
Welcome to Dueling Dialogues, episode 191. I'm Connor Murphy, here with Grace Matthews in Springfield, Missouri. Hi, Grace. It's been a while again.
It has. The good news is my office is almost done. The next thing I'm going to get is a light.
Ah, okay.
I still don't have a light, but the walls are painted. Everything's stacked on my desk, from off the walls.
Oh, yeah.
So, I've got painting on my desk. I've got curtain hanger holders. I got some interesting things. I got some little black birds on my desk. So it's interesting, but we're getting close.
It's been a long summer for you guys.
It is, but if somebody wanted to make some money in these here parts, they would be they'd be an all-around construction person because they would have all the work they could handle.
Right.
We do not have enough people or companies.
Wow.
Either way you want to look at it, it is just absolutely, I don't know. We used to have too many. And then after a couple of the hurricanes, people went down south to work because they could get more money.
Right. And then they never came back.
And they never came back. I don't blame them. It's warm down there.
Yeah, exactly.
The only good thing about this cooler weather is, I put on my boots for the first couple of times and I'm stomping around thinking about Nancy Sinatra and these boots made for walking. Remember that? That means you're old if you remember that, doesn't it?
Well, Shania Twain did that song.
Oh, she did? Well,
yes.
See, I'm back at the Nancy Sinatra.
You're showing your age.
Oh, gosh, I shouldn't have done that. Anyway, great song.
Yeah.
So, we're still, what did you say a while ago? We're looping.
Yeah, it's in the horrendous political loop. Everything is just being rehashed over and over and over again.
It is. And, I mean, it's like deja vu.
Pretty
Yesterday, Nancy goes to the White House, goes to a meeting, and walks out. Now, a few months ago, that same thing happened. And there are people that say she had a meltdown. There are people that say Trump had a meltdown. I will say she looks worse in this than he does, because there's pictures of her pointing at him and, doing that finger thing you do, and guys really hate it.
Yeah.
If you start pointing your finger and like you're going to hit him in the chest kind of thing.
Yeah.
But they're across the table, thank goodness, or, gosh knows. I would hate to see Trump and Pelosi, rolling around in the floor.
Yeah.
So luckily that big old table's in the middle there. But when she runs outside, leaves the meeting, okay, and she takes a couple of her entourage, Steady and, Schumer, and they go out to the microphones because they're going to tattle on each other. They get on those microphones like, 7-year-olds. I'm going to tattle on you. Now, she's tattling in the microphone, and Stinney is just not on board. I mean, if you get the chance to look at that video, I just think Stinney, who's her second in command in the Congress, he's just not with her on this.
Oh.
But he can't say or do that because, it's protocol.
Chinks in the armor, huh?
It is. So, and what did she expect? Did she expect to go over to the White House and Trump to kiss her on the cheek and give her, some roses?
She's
trying to impeach him. She's trying to impeach him.
But she's so out of touch, she probably does.
Yeah, she's out of touch. And I tell you what, when you say, and even the Hammer has said before, she sounds like she drinks at times. I've been looking at some of the tapes because sometimes she is perfectly lucid and other times she is not. I'm starting to think you guys are right.
Yeah, she slurs. Like you can tell.
Yeah, but then sometimes she doesn't. So if it was old age, she would do it most all the time, right?
Right.
But if you're drinking, you're not always drinking, maybe. I mean, maybe you are, but... So there are times when she's not slurring.
Yeah, I seen it.
So... Anyway, you gotta wonder. So we've got all this going on, and it's really the same story every day. I mean, yesterday or 2 days ago, I thought, oh my gosh, they got the president. They said there was a leak coming out of one of the meetings. They said, oh my gosh, this person told a story that will absolutely tie Trump and corruption from here to Kiev to Ukraine and I don't know, 2 or 3 other places. And this person told everything. They also indicated a bunch of people in the White House that were involved. Okay, and then they get out of the meeting, and you learn that the person didn't even start work until after the Ukraine deal. And you got to wonder where these leaks are coming from.
Right.
I mean, it was bald-faced lies.
Yeah, well, you know where his payday's coming from.
Exactly, but, if you're the special little reporter that's getting this, and you're running to the press, thinking, "Whoo, I've got a leaker. I'm special, and I'm going to get a raise," and you leak something that is so disgustingly wrong.
Yeah.
That's like someone, cut your legs off at the knees or something.
Right. You lose all credibility, but
I mean,
for the majority of journalists out there, they don't even have credibility nowadays. That's my opinion.
You got it. They don't. But now the president, though, is clearly taking this seriously. He has to. I mean, he's not cooperating, and he shouldn't until they take a vote. That's my meek opinion. And no, I'm not attorney. But he did hire a new one, and that's Trey Gowdy.
Okay.
Now, Trey Gowdy, before he went to Congress, was just like the most amazing prosecutor. Never lost a case. Okay? He goes to Congress, and I have to say that I wasn't that impressed with him there. I didn't want him to leave because he is knowledgeable, but when he was doing the Benghazi stuff and everything with Hillary, and he kept saying over and over again, "Oh, we got her, we got her, we got her." Well, he never really got her.
Right.
Now, was that really his fault? Am I being harsh? Or did he really get her and the DOJ wouldn't do anything? I'll hand him that.
I would say the latter. That's what I would guess.
Well, I fear I'm being too harsh, but he did step on board as part of Trump's personal attorney team. I mean, it looks like they are, I don't know what they're doing to Rudy. I don't know if Rudy can still feasibly represent the president, considering how hard they're going after him.
Right.
I mean, they're trying to put Rudy in jail. Now, you gotta hope that Rudy's clean, because he's an old New York guy. I'm not saying he did anything bad, and I'm not saying it would have a damn thing to do with the president. But you always gotta wonder about Rudy. And Rudy's another one that'll have a couple of cocktails and get on the stupid TV. And he will just tell too much. He doesn't slur his words. He tells, who was married to who and who was sleeping with who. Yeah, he'll tell anything.
Well, it's interesting that they're going against a guy like that, because Rudy's got to have some big, deep connections.
Oh, good heavens, yes.
And would you really want to piss him off?
No, I wouldn't personally want to piss him off.
Exactly. So,
not.
It still goes two ways here. And they're relying on that holier than thou decisions that they've been getting from the media and from the legal system, and they've been getting away with murder. Well, that's going to change eventually.
I do believe. Okay, here's my fear. The one thing that came out yesterday is that Trump had to turn over about a week ago his tax returns. Okay? He has very much resisted. Now, yesterday, the leak coming out, and I say it was the leak, was that there might be 2 sets of books. Okay, that's bad for the president. I am not on board with a lot of the base that says he absolutely will not be impeached. The Senate will never go for it. I've said it before. I think there's at least 20 swamp dwellers that are in the Republican Party that you can't bet on that, and all they need is 20 in the Senate to take his ass down. It doesn't. I'm not saying that means he's guilty. What I am saying is I am not so sure. And I think it would be very bad for the country, and they better find something really horrific, or it's not worth it.
Well,
you can't take the dude down for jaywalking and expect the American people to be okay with it.
They've spent 4 years trying to do it already.
And they haven't.
Yeah.
Yeah, and because she didn't take a vote yesterday, maybe that's a sign. It also could be that they want to string this along so that the Republicans do not have a candidate.
Oh, could be. Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, that's an interesting angle on that. Never thought of that. So
I'm worried. Maybe a little more worried than I should be. Because I feel like if you dig into some of these people enough, you're going to find something, and the bar is very low.
Right.
For what they can take them down. Now, what would happen? I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't open up that can of worms today. We got a lot of we got a lot to talk about, but stay tuned. Stay tuned, because probably every time we talk, we're going to have new information on this impeachment.
Okay,
Matt Lauer. That whole thing has been opened back up, that wound that keeps on oozing. He's being accused of rape. And I mean rape every which way to Sunday. He says it was consensual. She says it wasn't, and she had to spend time in an institution because she tried to kill herself afterwards. Yeah. Or I don't know if immediately afterwards. I don't know what the time frame was. At the same time, Linda Vester has also came forward and has accused Tom Brokaw of sexual abuse. The top brass at NBC is looking ugly as can be. I kind of am going to predict that possibly tomorrow, either Andy Lack or Oppenheimer, one of the two, is gone tomorrow, maybe both.
Wow.
Because this just doesn't look good. In fact, Tucker even had on Megyn Kelly for her first interview since leaving there a year ago,
right.
Not leaving Fox, but leaving NBC. And she really was like an audition, but the one thing she did say is that Fox, ABC, CBS, they all have these, these cultures of sexual abuse, these high-powered men that were treating women badly. And every one of them got an outside source to come in and investigate.
Wow. Except
NBC. The peacock is just not looking so proud right now.
Wow. Unreal.
So we will see what happens. I have a feeling the dirty laundry is just going to keep on coming out about it.
Lovely.
Because you know how these are. But basically, I believe the Me Too movement has been a failure. I think it's backfired. I hope it comes to a place where this is not a weapon, but a tool.
Right.
And taking down really bad people, not designed to take down your competition.
Or to garner a big payday.
Exactly. In America, you've always got that big payday from the courts. We love to sue people.
Yepper.
Okay, Syria. The president is pulling out of Syria, and it is allowing Turkey to go in and to Syria and attack the Kurds. Now, Kurds have always been our friends. Republican or Democrats and many Republicans alike think this is a huge mistake by the president, but I will tell you, he said he was going to get out of these wars, these endless wars. That's what he's doing. The American people are on his side for the most part. We are tired of being in wars in the land of Babel.
Yeah.
Where God said, I can't make you guys quit fighting. If God couldn't do it, I assure you Trump can't make them quit fighting.
Yeah.
And, we're losing guys. Just because we pull our troops out doesn't mean we can't do anything. We got drones. We got those big planes in the sky that, they're like stealth-like. You don't even see them.
Right.
We got things we can do. Leaving our guys on the ground to get injured and killed, doesn't that tug at anybody's heart?
Yeah, wasn't it ABC that published some photos that they were saying it was an airstrike on the Kurds, and it turned out it was some military display from some group in the middle of the U.S. somewhere?
No, I don't know about that. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you can't do that.
No,
there's ways of telling where a video or a picture has been taken. It's the digital world now, so you can't do what you did 20, 30 years ago.
You just can't lie anymore.
No.
About anything. I mean, it's kind of no fun.
Yeah, I mean
because they're going to find it out.
How many times a day do you walk by a camera, or you have your phone with you that's tracking every step you're taking and where you're going?
They say about 400 times if you leave your house and go a mile, and if you're in a big city, more than that.
Wow. That
you are on a camera. I mean, I look at our street. Most everybody, like me, has one of those rings on their house. So, you walk down a row on our street, and you're going to be photographed, I bet you, 30 times.
Yeah, well, it has to be. I mean, if you order from Amazon, you need a camera. Because sooner or later, someone's going to
take it.
Yeah.
Which I tell you what, I'm terrible. I've gotten awfully lazy. If I find it on Amazon, I'm like, okay, just bring it to me,
Well,
because you also save money. I just buy something else I don't need.
I got a tip for saving those Amazon boxes. When you're cleaning and doing your spring cleaning, instead of taking stuff to the dump, just put them in Amazon boxes and leave them on your doorstep.
That's a great idea. I got some great stuff they can get. That is a great idea. Good one. Okay, Sherry Redstone of Viacom. That's still in a big mess. The CBS Viacom situation where her father died, and you had the lover that they were all fighting over at the channel. Well, she's got money. Okay. Sherry does. She is thinking of doing very soon, creating a great competitor for Fox. And I mean, she's got the money to really do this. I mean, you got Newsmax out there, you got one. I still say they will get another investor in there. They're saying this is probably going to happen before the CBS Viacom merger officially takes place. So very soon, she is looking into this. In March, she acquired about $340 million, which is really not enough money, so I don't know why they're they're bragging that. I mean, it sounds like a lot of money, but it takes a lot of money to start a viable. But she's got some other investors. She wants a little piece of that action from the Murdoch family and Fox.
Right.
And as a viewer, I think we all see Fox moving towards another. I don't know. They seem to want to be more like CNN and MSNBC.
For some strange
Paul
reason.
Ryan's on their board. I don't understand why when you've got it all. However, the caveat is that Shepard Smith left last week. He was their leftist person. And he just suddenly left. Now, rumor has it, I love those when rumor has it, that Attorney General Barr had lunch with Rupert Murdoch. And that in that lunch, he might have said that Shep was going to be indicted or at least questioned in relation to some of these FISA issues and, the plot to take down Trump.
Right.
And 2 days later, he quits. He says he's quitting because he wants to. Yet there are people that witnessed, and NBC says that he was escorted out of the building.
Wow.
He had just signed a new contract in 2018. There was no word that he took a buyout. It was like, don't let the door hit you in the ass kind of thing.
Wow.
He did say he could not work for a while because of his contract. But that step made me think that possibly Fox is rethinking this idea that they had of moving a little more left, because that just came out of the blue. But it also came at a time when customers, viewers have been pulling away from Fox.
Right.
And their viewers really did want them to get rid of Shepard. So Shepard's the reason I started watching Fox. He just got too angry and I haven't watched him in a very long time. It's kind of a sad story, but Shepard is gone. And what's going to happen with Fox? I mean, Fox is a great story because they get to double dip, unlike NBC where you've just got advertising to sell.
Right.
Fox gets to sell advertising, but they also get the cable fees, and now they get the streaming fees.
Right.
So actually they're triple dipping. So sure, I'm sure Sherry Redstone would love to triple dip.
Yeah, for sure.
At the same time, Peter Schweizer, it just keeps putting more and more. He's the author that has really broken a lot of information on the swamp.
Right.
I mean, he's really the guy that put it out there. Secret empires. He's the one that has stuck with it for years and has exposed these families that are very corrupt. He is still doing that, and he's starting to just release the information out there for anybody to read. He's not even saving it for another book at this point. I'm sure surely he'll put one together.
When is that coming out?
And no, he's not. He's putting it out there. He's like releasing it on his Twitter feed and stuff. So if you really want to follow somebody great that's really putting some information out there about the swamp, Peter Schweizer. And Schweizer is SCHWEIZER. So follow him on Twitter because he's releasing all kinds of stuff. And speaking of the Dossier, one of John McCain's former aides has pleaded the fifth in relation to information about the Dossier. Now, we all know that John McCain was the first one, or at least he believed he was the first one, that gave the fake dossier to the FBI. Now, he supposedly accidentally got a copy.
Huh. Okay.
Why, if he accidentally got a copy, did his aide plead the fifth?
Yeah.
I mean, that's all I can say about that is I don't know. I don't know. But I do know that the FBI and the FISA court has been caught, and this is unrelated to the Trump investigation, but they have been caught targeting Americans under FBI Director Wray. So, nobody's learned a damn lesson. Wray is part of the swamp. I kind of thought that when the president put him in there, but I was hoping I was wrong and the president was right. I just didn't like his attitude. Nothing speaks more than body language.
Yeah.
Kind of like Stinny this morning, or I guess that was yesterday afternoon, with Nancy, whining into the mic. He's not on board with her. When the president announced Wray was not on board with the president. The body language said it all.
Yeah.
I mean, in fact, he doesn't really like him at all. You can tell.
Well, I just can't fathom anybody following Nancy unless it was to the liquor store.
Well, now I have heard that that she likes to take her people out for dinner and she picks up the tab. So now I'd be all in there.
Yeah.
Because if you take me out in D.C., you buy me dinner in Alki, I'm all cool with that, But otherwise, I don't know. I'd have to be drunk to handle with Nance.
Yeah.
I just would. I would have to be drunk.
Yeah, me too.
So, okay. So General Flynn's out there floating in between, I did something wrong, I lied, and I'm going to spend some time in the Slammaroozy, and I've spent all my money on legal fees, and on the other side of that coin, I might just be able to nail Mueller along the way.
Oh, interesting.
Because what he did to me in this false confession might just, and I'm quoting, fry Mueller. Now, Mueller, bless his heart, seems a little frail and fried, but they say that that's probably an act.
Wow. Interesting.
He's as alert as anybody. Well, I tell you, when he was in front of the Congress, that testimony of, I don't know, what was that, a few months ago, he looked like a dementia patient.
Uh-oh.
I don't know. So, but there are people that say that's just an act.
Interesting.
So, okay, so we got the swamp. And we love to talk about the swamp. And we know about Hunter Biden, and Hunter Biden did step down from the Chinese board that he was making mega bucks on. Okay. And he did an interview the other day with ABC, I believe it was. And I don't know. I mean, Hunter still can't get away from drugs. I mean, he has admitted that over the last week or so, that he's still not even clean. And he's served on all these boards where they are throwing billions and billions of dollars around. I mean, how many drug addicts
Wow.
really get that? I mean, and he's doing the rough stuff, needles. He had a rental car. He left his needle paraphernalia in there and his crack stuff,
Wow.
I mean, that's hardcore. That's not taking a pill,
Yeah, that's you need some time out.
You want him investing your billions?
Yeah, he needs rehab. Sounds like it.
Yeah, and apparently it doesn't work, In fact, when he was in the Navy, they go, okay, we're going to kick you out. But he's like, please don't kick me out. My dad's the vice president of the United States. And they go, okay, but you've got to pass the drug tests, okay? Every 3-5 days, whatever, He doesn't even pass the first one. Everybody passes the first one.
Wow.
That is very addicted. That's very sad.
Wow.
That you can't even roll around in a room just to pass the first one.
Yeah, that's bad.
It's very sad. So anyway, we've had Hunter Biden. Now we've got James Biden. Now James, it's not oil. He gets $80,000 worth of jewels.
Oh.
Or 80,000. Did I say that right?
Yeah, you said 80,000.
Okay, good. Okay. So what's that about? I mean, is that legit or not? I don't know. It sort of looks fishy.
Yeah, where'd that come from?
Another country, it would probably look better. But we're, China again?
China? Oh, it came from China.
Yeah, I mean, we have a pattern here. China, Ukraine. Ukraine, China.
Wow.
I mean, all of these people. And we've got Nancy's son, Paul Pelosi Jr., is on an energy board in where else but Ukraine.
What? Okay, I don't get that at all.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's Viscoil, Viscoil.
Huh. That's just mind-boggling. I mean, what do these guys actually do for them?
Actually, they're just I think they're just remember those little telephones you played with as a kid where you put the wire in the tin can?
Yeah.
They're that wire linking the tin cans from DC to the Ukraine or China.
Wow.
They're the little wire, and it never did work very well.
And in the meantime, they're screaming Russian collusion? Oh, come on. Wow.
I think that is just a distraction. Like our last show, which is one of our most downloaded shows ever, you said, it's a bluff. I mean, and a bluff can be a distraction.
Yeah.
I mean, at its root, that's probably what it is. I think we've got another distraction, too. And that is Obama endorsing Trudeau.
Yeah.
Distracting away from the fact that he won't endorse Biden, or is Trudeau just part of that globalist idealism that Obama has? I mean, and really his whole blackface thing doesn't really matter to Obama, because what's more important is this globalist one world order idea.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't have much respect for Obama to begin with, but this just solidified that guy is just as corrupt as Trudeau and a piece of shit.
Well, and how is that not interfering in another country's election?
Exactly. Hello. Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that you Canadians do not need that.
No, we don't. We know. We're 4 days away from the election now, Monday. So
what's going to happen? What do you think is going to happen? No idea. I don't think anybody does.
No. I mean, I voted. I went to the advance polls the other day.
Yeah.
There was a nice couple in front of us. They turned around, said, hi, did you guys come out and vote early just to beat the groups? And I said, no, I've waited 4 years, and the first day the polls are open, I'm voting Trudeau out. And they said, us too. So
what
I
did
don't
you do?
know.
Go there on Turkey Day?
Before I voted last Friday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought maybe you guys had your Turkey Day Monday, so I thought maybe it was like a rush to the poll for Turkey Day.
No,
it's like we're thankful for not having Trudeau.
Yeah, well, we are here. We've never really had any opposition to the Liberals, but we've never really had very strong Liberals either. This is New Democrat and Green Party. Right now it's Green Party. It's a friend of mine that is our member of Parliament currently.
Well, what's the Green Party there? Because here it's the Marijuana Party.
No, the Green Party is all about the environment.
Okay, well, that's what we used to think it was here, and then the Green Party switched to cannabis, marijuana party.
We
I
actually,
didn't know you needed a whole party for that.
I believe we do have a marijuana party in some
I mean, you
parts
really
of
need to
Canada.
stand for a little more than just marijuana.
Yeah. I smoke a joint and everything gets better.
Well, so maybe that's all you need. All the world needs is a little marijuana and love, huh?
I have to agree there.
We don't always agree, but life's a journey, and here we are. Godspeed, Connor. Godspeed to all of our listeners out there. Thanks for listening.
Godspeed, Grace, and everyone, thanks for listening.